Hi everyone, hope you're doing well. This is going to be a small video to help you understand how absorption takes place in plants. So first thing is to understand what xylem vessel is. Xylem vessel is a tube that is present inside the roots, stem, leaves and all the parts of the plant in which the nutrients and the water has to reach. So it starts from the root and it goes up to the leaf. So xylem vessels are tubes which are inside the stem, the roots, and the leaves, through which the minerals and the water move from down from the soil into the leaf and then outside into the environment. And these minerals and the water is used in the process of photosynthesis in the leaf as well. So the activity that you're about to do is to test or see where the xylem vessels are located inside the roots, inside the stem, and inside the leaf. For this activity, you will require the following materials. You will need a jar. That jar can be plastic or a glass jar. Then you would need some color. You can do a DIY, like put your a color pencil in the water, fill the jar with water and put color pencil in the water so that the water can take up the color, or the color can be diffused into the water. Or you can use a powdered color and stir it, dissolve it into the water so that you have colorful water available to you. Next task for you is to dip your plant into the water. In the picture I have added, there's a flower, a white flower with a thick stem. It's not very thick, but I would suggest you to use broccoli. Broccoli is still a dark colored vegetable. I would suggest you to use cauliflower, which is also called gobi ka phool, because it has a thick stem and the flower is also quite thick. So when you cut the piece in half, you will be able to see the xylem vessels, the tube of xylem, through which the color gets absorbed into the flower of the cauliflower vegetable. Next task is to leave the vegetable into the water, the colored water, for some time. That sometime means 8 to 12 hours minimum, so that the water can be absorbed into the stem and you will be able to see the change happening when the flower starts changing color. For this, make sure if you're not using cauliflower or you're using some other plant or some other flower, the stem needs to be thick enough so you're able to point out the xylem tubes in that later on. So leave it into the colorful water until the color of the flower changes. Once the color is changed, you will be able to see that the flower has changed color. If you pull out the plant, you will be able to see the center of the stem has changed colors. The tubes are different colored, the color that was in the water. If you look at this picture here, it will show you the transection of the root, the stem and the leaf. Which parts are you going to be able to see or observe the changed color? Why we are using colorful color in here is so that when the color is absorbed into the xylem tubes, the color is not evaporated from the stomata and the leaf. The color stays in those vessels, in those tubes, which helps you to identify or observe the pathway or the tubes of xylem through, so you're able to understand how the transportation happens from the root to the leaf, like how the minerals and the water travel from the roots to the leaf of the plant. This is what we need, what you would need for your chapter plants when you're learning about plants, but it's an activity to help you understand how it works.